The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
Good morning, man. It is colder than a brass bra outside. I think it was 22 degrees. I had frost on my pumpkins this morning. Happy Friday to you. Normally I get on here and I talk about a couple things that maybe concern me or I'm thinking about, try to be funny. So I got nothing. Tomorrow is National Adoption Day. I do want to bring that up. I've done a lot of work, and of course, you know, my first two sons, Santo and Xavier, are adopted from Guatemala. We went down and got them about 17, 18 years ago, and 16 years respectively, and they are the love of my life. And my ex and I at the time decided we were going to have a biological child and then adopt a child. And after repeated unsuccessful attempts to have a biological child, we adopted our first son, Santo, first. And if you've watched any of my shows or listened to me on the radio over the last 18 years, you've heard Santo on the radio station a lot. He's just a great kid. He's just fantastic. Love him to death. And then we tried to get pregnant again a couple times. It didn't work. And then I said, maybe God's telling us we need to adopt a second child. And that's when we went and got Xavier. And again, if you've listened to me over the years, you understand Xavier's got some special needs. He's visually impaired. He's legally blind. He's got brain damage. He's on the autism spectrum. He's epileptic. He's got all kinds of challenges, man, but the kid is just unbelievable. And how he gets from point A to point B is just an adventure. It's just fantastic. And I'm so blessed to have both of my sons in my life, Santo and Xavier. And then, because God has a sense of humor, at the age of 46, my wife at the time got pregnant. We were like, what? After like 10 years of marriage, she gets pregnant, which is fantastic. What a blessing. And then we have Lila, who's our biological child. So we got exactly what we wanted, plus one, which is really cool. If you ever think about doing an adoption, fantastic process, unbelievable, no matter where you want to adopt from. But God bless you. And I know Jay Barker, who, of course, I worked with for a period of time, has been through the adoption process. Thousands, millions of you have done it as well. It's just a wonderful process. And while we're talking about that too, there's an organization called the Heart Gallery here, Heart Gallery of Alabama, who is a foster children program. They are unbelievable. I've done some stuff with the Heart Gallery. They're wonderful. So if you ever want to foster a child or adopt a child, you can always reach out to me at 542-1848. That's my personal cell phone number. Give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about the whole process. It's pretty amazing stuff. What else? Got a great podcast coming up here. David Hammonds, who is a Grammy-nominated, award-winning producer out of Fort Payne. As a matter of fact, he just texted me a few minutes ago. He was really good friends with Jeff Cook, of course, who was one of the co-founding members of the band Alabama. Andy Morgan, good morning to you. Thank you very much. You're very sweet. And he was good friends with Jeff Cook for about 30 years. We did a podcast, I guess it was on, Friday on Wednesday, visual podcast from his studio in Fort Payne. Jeff was just an amazing man. Randy was the front guy. And you didn't see Jeff a whole lot, but man, what an amazing player, an amazing man, an amazing father, grandfather, you name it. He was just unbelievable. And of course, he passed away a few days ago. But some great stories. And that podcast should be up a little bit later on this afternoon. We're working on the editing process of that, so we'll have that going on. We also did another When in Rome with Stuart Rome yesterday from the Woodhouse Day Spa. He picked out some of his favorite tunes to do, which is fantastic. That show's great. And we also have our UAB Director's Chair program podcast with Mark Ingram. I've been doing sports radio for like 25 years, and I've talked to thousands of coaches, and we talk about the X's and O's, and, how are you going to stay in front of the chains, and how do you win the turnover battle, and blah, 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 blah. And it's great. It's fine. But, man, when you get an athletic director on, you got to kind of peel it back, pull the curtain back. And Mark Ingram, and I know him well enough now, pretty much ask him whatever I want. I asked about the hiring process. I want to know what the hell is going down at UAB. Everyone's talking about Lane Kiffin going to Auburn. What's going on at UAB? as far as their next head coach. The next recruiting window opens up, I believe, on December 5th. So if a team out there is wanting to make a move at the head coaching position, it should happen before December 5th, and it will. UAB's got a short list, and we'll find out who the next head coach at UAB. And UAB is now in a different situation, right? Because when they were Conference USA, old stadium, Legion Field, practice facility sucked, you weren't going to get the cream of the crop. Now you have a brand new stadium in its second year. You have a practice facility that's unlike any practice facility. And by the way, Protective Life Stadium was just voted one of the top 5 college football stadiums, period, in the country. And we have it right here in Birmingham. So pretty amazing stuff. It's smaller. Yeah, it doesn't hold 110,000, but it doesn't have to. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And then UAB is going into the AAC next year. Now, I was watching last night Tulane, and they're 9-2 right now. They're having a fantastic season. You're talking about the UCFs, which will be leaving. Cincinnati will be leaving as well. But the Memphises, the Houstons, that is a great conference. What Cincinnati did at that conference last year was pretty amazing stuff. So to be going into that conference, to have the new stadium, the new practice facility, who knows what UAB is going to get. So pretty exciting stuff. All right. For a guy that didn't have a lot to say, it seems like I pulled it right on my backside, didn't I? I hope you have a fantastic weekend. They're not doing commercials, but I'm a Christmas light guy. I'm a little sad this year because I put up about 25,000 lights. I'm moving out of my house. As a matter of fact, I'm closing on Monday. I don't have a place to live yet, but I will find something. God's going to take care of me. And I always put a bunch of Christmas lights up. My neighbors love it. My kids love it. And this year, I'm not going to be able to do that. And hopefully, I can move somewhere so I can get some lights up to welcome baby Jesus, right? And but I do like looking at Christmas lights. And there's this thing out at the Birmingham Racecourse. I haven't heard about it. I don't know what it is, but it's called Lights of Noel. If you go out there, I think it opens tonight. If you go out there, please write something up on it. Call me, let me know what you think. I know they have the Shadrach thing. That's kind of a national thing. There's like 4 or 5 different Shadrach things that travel around, and it was fantastic. It was great. There's a Christmas light stuff up in Oxford that we've gone over the last couple of years, which is really nice. They got ice skating and bouncy houses and hot chocolate and the whole 9 yards. But I'm interested to see if this Lights of Noel thing at the Birmingham Racecourse is a cool thing. So if you go tonight, call me or get on social media and let me know if it's any good. I'm going anyway. To drive around with some hot chocolate looking at lights, I'm in heaven. It doesn't get any better than that. I love that. It's fantastic. All right. Have a fantastic weekend. Go Blazers, War Eagle, go hire a coach, roll Tide, Austin P, man. Come on. It's another marriage weekend, too. It's another weekend you should get married because if Alabama's playing Austin P, you ain't missing nothing. College hoops is going on. Professional football, I love you. Thanks for watching this morning, and we'll get after it all weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday morning. See you.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.